Okay, there's two varieties of these Jeep 4-liter power steering pumps. This one that's on here uh, is off of a 2001 Jeep Cherokee because that's what this motor came out of. You have two styles. One style that has the pump that mounts in this exact same configuration. However, instead of having this attached plastic tank, it has a detached reservoir, and you have two hoses that hook up to the pump. I've had problems with power steering pumps for the last 4 years with this Jeep. I had been using the setup off of the Jeep's original 2.4 liter PowerTech, which is the same pump that has the separated reservoir. And finally, I got fed up with it, and for whatever reason, they wouldn't honor the warranty last year, so I stuck this used pump I had on here. And well, I went on a 200-mile trip in this thing yesterday, and this one crapped the bed. But got a year's worth of use out of it with unknown condition. And in all honesty, considering how many power steering pumps I've went through with this Jeep, remanufactured power steering pumps, I figured this being a used factory unit might last a little longer. But I'm not upset with this specific pump. I got a lot of use out of it for something that was just sitting in a junk bin. Alright, get that set up out of the way. Then we've got to take this return hose off real fast with a screwdriver. Oh, the cat's coming to turn y'all off. Okay, I was just getting ready to show y'all pulling this pulley off, and I was going to show you why when I have to do this on a late 90s model or early 2000s model Jeep, I always just buy a pulley. Just in case if I mess the pulley up taking it off with the puller, because as you can see in here, these have a steel middle part that actually rides on the shaft, and then the plastic is set into it, or it's set into the plastic pulley. Well, you know, we were spinning that up there a minute ago before we took it off, and I figured the pump had went bad because it wasn't building any pressure. But then again, come think about it, yesterday, as far as I drove on it, not building pressure, it should have locked up. Well, look at this. Where that plastic is set onto that metal piece in the center that always seems to break when you pull these off with the puller, it's separated from that piece of metal on the inside. So I guess this must have just been a high mileage deal that I've had in the parts bin. But like if I put my finger in this hole and hold the pulley in place and I turn the metal center that's actually pressed onto the shaft, that pump feels good on the inside. Feels like a power steering pump. So I'm going to try to pull this off here with the puller, and we might just have to stick a pulley on. Hopefully that's the case. If that is, save us a little bit of money. What I meant, by the way, about that metal in the center, always breaking. It either seems like it breaks like this for me, or you'll get it off there, and then when you try to put it all back on, that center part will separate out of that plastic. So I got another pump, but I think this pump's good. And I'm going to cut that off there, I think. See if I can do it without messing the shaft up. Because this pulley wasn't in the best shape anyway. I mean, it's got a chunk missing out of it. So it needed replaced, and obviously the puller broke that pulling tab. I hate those daggone things. You get back in the older Jeeps, like the power steering pump pulley that was original on the J10 and this one that's on the CJ5, man, those older pulleys, they come right on, come right off, no problems. These things always seem to give me fits, but now I'm a hack that's not a professional mechanic. It could be my crappy Harbor Freight tool, but anywho, I'm gonna try to cut that off there and not mess that shaft up. So. Alright, so we got that pulley and that gear cut off. I made one little rub here on this shaft. Now that's probably going to cause us an issue. Here's the new pulley I bought. You can see that how that plastic's formed around that metal center stud. That metal just corrodes onto that shaft, and you either one have a hard time getting it off and the ears break where you're supposed to pull, or two, you pull that thing off like I was saying. You pull that thing off and you separate that metal out of that plastic somehow, which on our other pulley, it had done separated the plastic from that metal and stripped it out. So there's that. Now, here's one of the, okay. Now that's funny. That's really funny. This is a remanufactured pump. And let's not throw it on the floor because it's definitely going back to him. Okay, we got our new pulley installed on there. And now if we turn the pulley, the whole pump turns. Hopefully we build pressure. So I'm gonna slap this thing back together real fast and we'll give it a test. Alright, we got it all reassembled there and topped off with fluid, got our belt back on and all that happy stuff. Let's go ahead and fire this beast up, see if we got power steering pump pressure now. Excuse the mess in here, I've been deer hunting this week. Mark. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn it lock to lock a few times and then we'll top the fluid off. That was all the problem was right there, was that pulley stripping out. Well, that's a good deal. I'll show you the part number for that pulley. See what we got fluid level. Yeah, we should be good. I'll put a scooch more in it here in a second. So, let me show you this part number. We'll call this project done and go return that pump. So here's that dormant pulley number, and I'm pretty sure this is for just basically all the small Chrysler stuff. So, alrighty, there we go, we're back in business. Deer killing machine is operational again. Y'all have a good one.